All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Bitfarms, stock ticker BITF. Bitfarms put out a press release today that had some significant news in it, so I wanted to go through that. We cover Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners all the time on this channel, so if that is content that you guys are interested in, please remember to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button, it helps the video get out to a lot more people, and it helps the channel out a lot. Also, there's a new feature. You can join the channel and become a member by hitting the join button. Added some extra content for members, and we're doing a live stream that's members only and a bunch of extra videos. So if you're interested in supporting the channel, you can do that, and I would appreciate it. Okay, so with that, let's get to Bitfarms. I'm going to take a quick look at where they're sitting right now. Bitfarms is at just under $1.20, $1.19.8, so they're down a little over 3% on the day today. That leaves them at a $256,000 market cap. So before I get to the press release, I just want to put in perspective. So this is Bitfarms' market cap since they listed on the NASDAQ. So you can see they're back down towards their all-time low here. Back in November of 2021, so that was 9 months ago now, they were $1.35 billion market cap. They're now $256 million market cap, so they've lost over $1 billion in market cap as a $1.35 billion market cap in November. And by the way, in that period of time, their company has much more than doubled in operations. So even if we just go back to the middle of August, this was a $410 billion company, and it's now $256 billion, and they've had nothing but good press releases and good operational updates. Their August operational update was fantastic. We're going to look at some of that as well. So in my mind, nothing but good news. This is one of those companies that continues to perform extremely well operationally, but their stock continues to perform poorly. Okay, let's get to the update and see what happened. All right, September 19th, 7 a.m. Bitfarms hash rate exceeds 4 exahash per second milestone as it commences production at its first warehouse in Argentina. So this has been coming for a long time. They made this Argentina deal quite some time ago, and we'll get into the details. So they are now up and running. So let me read what they said. Bitfarms, a global Bitcoin self-mining company, hash rate exceeded the 4 exahash per second milestone as it commenced production at the first of two 50-megawatt warehouses under development in Argentina. The initial startup adds 10 megawatts of capacity, increasing total corporate capacity to 176 megawatts. Throughout the remainder of Q3 and during Q4 2022, the company plans to light up additional 10 megawatt increments with a goal of the entire 50 megawatts being energized by December 31st, 2022. That's the first 50 megawatts. They have another 50 megawatts past that, and they have some options on more past that. They go on to say, with attractive electricity pricing established last year under an 8-year private party power contract, both facilities are expected to lower overall energy costs for our portfolio despite rising commodity costs in the energy market. So Bitfarms already has one of the lowest costs of energy per Bitcoin. They're amongst the leaders in that category already. And now with this deal that they've made, and they say it's an 8-year deal, this is actually going to lower their costs. So that is obviously very good news. That is one of the keys to profitability, particularly right now when Bitcoin is struggling, under $20,000 near its lows. They then go on to say the initial production in our new farm combined with the refinements at some of our Quebec and Washington farms also pushed actual production past 4.1 exahash per second. So they ended August at 3.9 exahash per second. Their goal in their August operational update was to get to 4.2 by the end of September. It's September 19th. They're already at 4.1. So again, this is crucial to me. This is one of those companies that's doing what they said they were going to do. So every time I see one of these updates, my confidence grows in this company. Okay, in 2021, Bitfarms contracted with a private power company in Argentina to supply up to 210 megawatts to Bitfarms for warehouses being developed beside and on the same property as the generating facility. So the first 50 megawatts is what they hope to finish this year. The next 50 megawatts is underway. And then you can see that's 100 megawatts, but they have contracted for a potential 210 megawatts. So there is a lot more room in Argentina for them to continue to grow under this same energy contract that is very cost effective and beneficial to them. So this could provide the next few years of growth for Bitfarms in a very positive way. Okay, I just want to take a quick look at a few things from our overall August analysis. So I did do a separate video on this. If you want to catch the whole thing, you can check that out on the channel. But for now, I want to focus on Bitfarms. So this is Bitcoin production in the month of August. So while Bitfarms is in second place in actual production, and again, this is the second month in a row, they're actually in seventh place in market cap. So to me, I think that represents an opportunity for this company to get back on track, their stock to get back on track. Bitfarms, you'll see, is tied for first place in efficiency. They're mining 137 Bitcoin per active exahash. So that is tied for first place. So they seem to be operating at the top of their group of peers in every way measurable, in my opinion. Now, I will point out that early in the year, they bought 1,000 Bitcoin, and they bought them at 43,000, and they ended up having to sell them at 20,000. So that was a financial hit to them. It did not put them in financial risk, but they did have to shuffle their balance sheet around a little bit and change some things up. That was about a $20 million error. And their market cap, remember, their market cap's down over $1 billion in the last 9 months. So to me, they are being overly punished for one mistake that they made at the beginning of this year. Operationally, it's been month after month after month of excellent performance, in my opinion. So you can see this is exahash by company. So as of August 31st, Bitfarms was at 3.9 exahash. That was tied for third overall. They're now already at 4.1, and they committed to get to 4.2 by the end of September. So it looks like they'll pull into third place in the amount of exahash that they have running. Probably once again second place in the amount of Bitcoin that they mine, and that is due to the efficiency that we just looked at. They're number one in efficiency. So again, in my mind, they're operating at a very high level. This is the Bitfarms chart zoomed out. We're at the 1 week, so each one of these candles represents 1 week. I just want to give you a sense of how far off this is from its highs. And its highs from November of 2021 when Bitcoin hit its all-time high. This does not go back to January of 2021 when a lot of these stocks were in a bubble. The small cap high growth stocks were shot through the roof, but Bitfarms was not trading on the NASDAQ at that point. So from the perspective of the NASDAQ, their all-time high was in November. Okay, so you can see from their high in November to where they're trading right now, they are down 87%. So obviously Bitcoin is down quite a bit, but it's nowhere near 87% down. And Bitfarms has increased their production significantly since November of 2022. They've doubled their production and they have significant plans for the rest of the year. So this is one of the fastest growing companies in the Bitcoin mining space. They mine highly efficiently and yet they're down 87%. Now this is not inconsistent. Most of the Bitcoin miners are still way off of their 52-week highs. So this is somewhat in range with the rest of the Bitcoin miners. It's a little worse than average though. They've been beaten up a little bit more than their peers. So if I zoom in and look at this on the 1-day time frame, you'll see Bitfarms hit its all-time low back on July 5th. So that was at $1.04. So from where Bitfarms is trading right now, if it were to get back and retrace its steps and go all the way back to its all-time low of $1.04, that would be just under a 14% pullback in Bitfarms. And I do think that is very realistic. We're going to see which way Bitcoin is going. Bitcoin's been extremely volatile, and we have the Fed coming up this week and some other big things. So it would be no surprise to me at all if they revisited their lows. In my opinion, there's not a lot more risk to the downside other than revisiting their lows. So could they go past that? Yes, they could. But to me, a realistic downside is somewhere around 14-15%. That would be to revisit their all-time lows, really, on the NASDAQ. Conversely, if they were just to get back to where they were last month, so from where Bitfarms is trading right now until where it was on August 15th, that would be a 97% increase in the price of their stock. So very nearly a double just to get back to where they were last month. So you can see this month they have been beaten down very badly. All right, the last price target I'm going to look at, and I could go on because I do think over the years, if you're in this for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, there is a massive amount of potential for this stock, in my opinion. So again, these are only my personal price targets. This is not financial advice. You guys got to do your own due diligence. And again, this, you can see this stock is unbelievably volatile. It's down still 87% off of its highs from November. And even just over the last 2 months, it's gone up 100% and pulled back 50%. So very volatile stock. But for me, this is a long-term hold for me. So I'm also looking at, on May 4th, they were at about $3.22. So that was about 4.5 months ago. Bitcoin was a little bit healthier back then. Obviously, it was around $30,000. So to me, over the next year or so, if Bitcoin could get healthy, pull back into that $30,000 range. And remember, at that point, Bitfarms will be triple the size of the company that it was at that point. So I don't see any reason why this wouldn't be a realistic price target, in my opinion. So obviously, it's going to depend on the price of Bitcoin. Can Bitcoin get healthy sometime over the next 3 months, 6 months, a year? And will Bitfarms continue to operate in the way that they've been operating? Because operationally, their monthly reports have been outstanding. So I don't have any reason to believe that's going to change. It's really been every report. I've been buying the dips on these opportunities, and if it does get down and revisit its all-time low, for me, that is going to be another buying opportunity. But again, you guys need to make your own decision, because I will tell you, this has been an extremely difficult stock to hold on to. If you don't have a very high level of conviction in this stock, it is hard to hold, because this is a bumpy ride. So that's my update on Bitfarms. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. We will see you in the next video.